Today is April 8th, 2021, and it is overcast and kind of crappy out in Minnesota, but it's nice, it's warm, so we'll take it. I was thinking about this concept this morning about, I always say like the toughest part of filmmaking is just getting started, and I don't think that's true. I think that I don't think getting started is the hardest part. I think it's the most underrated part. I think people don't talk about how difficult it is to just get off your ass and go because most people are kind of just complacent in what they're doing with a given day. So deciding to just go start is a challenge. There was a person on Twitter who had messaged me yesterday. I listed this stuff I learned from Rebel Without a Crew, or ways to make your movie not on Rebel Without a Crew, why it would be easier to make it not on Rebel Without a Crew. And I got a message from someone who was like, I wish I had this list 30 years ago when I failed out of film school. And I was like, I didn't go to film school. Like, you can start any day. You can be 60 years old and go make a movie. It only takes, a handful of months to film, a couple months to edit. And potentially you have, that disposable income that someone like me doesn't have because I have a family and stuff like that. So I don't have that extra income to go spend. You have the potential to go make a movie now. I think the hardest part of the whole process, the part that is the most actually challenging, is that final stretch, that finishing the project at the very end when you kind of hate the movie and it's really challenging to continue to care, and you just have that little last push. It's like exciting, but it's also the easiest time to just go like, you know what, I'm done. I don't have the energy or the patience. And just knowing that like this thing that you could make a little bit better, exponentially, just a little bit better with each little thing you do, letting it go, just letting it be a thing and putting it out there. That's really hard. I've felt it with every single project, and right now being, in the midst of Scumbag and finishing up the 1st of November and The Good Exorcist going up to distribution and Greywood's Plot hitting the film fest, I have movies in every single part of production, and I have the Keith script that I'm finishing up right now. So I have all these projects that are in the midst, everything's in the midst of a certain point of production. And the hardest one right now to even care about is the one that should be the easiest, and that's the 1st of November, which I love to death. I think the short is so awesome, but it's really hard to keep going in that final stretch and be like, man, I just got to finish this last little bit of sound design or these couple of last visual effects, and then it'll be done and it'll be out there. And I think part of that for me might actually being, I know that when that part of production is done, then I moved on to that post-production that I'm really challenged by, and I don't know what to do, and I'm really bad at marketing and figuring out who that audience is and placating to this specific style of advertising and marketing and networking and stuff. I love the production part. I love creating the thing, and then when it's done, I think a lot of creatives have this problem where it's really tough to go, I'm going to continue loving this thing and continue talking about it and continue trying to get it seen. So something like The Good Exorcist finally having some momentum to go somewhere, it's validating that I've continued and that I continue to care and tried. And with Greywood's Plot continuing to hit festivals now in the last part of this year, that's validating as well, because I could have easily just, literally been done, put it out there and just gave it to a distribution and been done with it. A couple people care, and that's enough to make it worth all of that effort. For me personally, I don't know if it would be for you. You may be like, and that was way too much work for that payoff. The struggle continues of the filmmaker. Speaking of The Good Exorcist, these shirts, this rose skull shirt, it's still available at joshstifter.com. I said I was going to take it down, but a couple people asked for it, so I figured, shit, I'll put it back up. And hopefully a couple of you can go purchase it, help fund our next movies. So joshstifter.com/shop if you're interested in the shirt. Yesterday I did some sound design for 1st of November. I'm almost done with that. I have some visual effects to do. Daniel's coming over on Friday, and I have this title I want to do at the end of the movie where you see the 1st of November, and I need to find a way to make pumpkin guts splash, and it's not pumpkin season, so this is going to be a challenge, but I'm going to figure it out. Oh God, I'm spilling everywhere. I'm continuing on with the 1st of November, and I'm hoping to have it pretty much done this weekend because I need to send it off to 2 film festivals that I'm hoping I can get into. 2 of my favorite festivals that I really want to go to this year. So we'll see if I can get 1st of November into that. Now, one of the things I'm attempting to do this year, along with doing these videos every morning, I'm also attempting to write 1 page of a script every day. And right now I'm focused on one that I have, that it's called xmasspirit.exe is what I've been calling it, but who knows what it'll actually be called when it's done. But I've been working on a page a day on that. And if you do a page a day, in 90 days, that's 3 months, you will have a script done. That's all it takes. You'll get your vomit draft done in 90 days. If you just write a page a day, 1 page, that's it. It's so easy. So I'm trying to do 1 page a day. Usually in the afternoon while I'm on my lunch break, I'll write about half of the page, and then at the end of the day, I have a little bit of downtime at work. I'll sit and type another couple paragraphs, and then when I get home from work, I'll finish it up. So that's my plan, is to try to get a page done a day. I say it's so easy, and then I'll miss a day tomorrow, and I'll miss another day, although I've done pretty good on these videos. So, all right. Cheers, everyone. Don't let your meat loaf. Let's keep kicking ass. Woo!